Happy Sunday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 440. It is Sunday, October 12th, 2025. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I had a stamp camp this weekend, and the girls probably just left a couple hours ago for today's event. And then I had some people over on Friday. So I had a great time. So let's just say it's been a weekend of stamping and having fun crafting, paper crafting with your girlfriends. And it was just some nice time together. And I paper craft by myself a lot. And so when you have a friend over, it's just more, it's a connection, and I love that. So I just want to say thank you and a shout out to everybody who came. And I have 2 cards for you tonight, and I will have 3 on Thursday because we did 5 cards. And I'm going to show you 2 of them tonight, and we'll pick out 2 winners. And then on Thursday there will be 3 cards and 3 winners. So if you win tonight, if I draw your name when I do the drawings, if I draw your first name, then the second person, I'll take your name out, is what I'm trying to say, because I don't want one person winning the same card. I want 5 different winners. So, but tonight we'll have 2 winners, and then on Thursday we'll have 3. But you could win on Sunday, and you could win on Thursday. So depends on if you watch them both. So I'm going to put you down at this table in just a moment. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, just look away, and I'll let you know when I am done messing around with the camera. So hold on. So I have been having a lot of fun, and I have been prepping for the event November 1st, and I'm actually done prepping for that one. And then, whoa, that was a very hard, very tight twist. All right, tightening it up. All right, we're going to squish in just a little bit. Okay, bring that closer to me. All right, and a little bit more light on the subject. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so I'm done moving the camera. So our event is coming up that I've been prepping for is November 1st, and that's in a couple weeks. So get registered, and you'll be going home with 16 handmade cards, and everything is cut up for you. The die cuts, all you need to do is stamp and put them together. So I will show you a card. Now this is going to be a flyby, and this is going to be a fun fold. So I am just going to show that card. And then we are going to do an event. Heidi and I will be doing the event, our virtual one. So this can be, you know, as long as you're in the United States and we can ship something to you, then you can come. So here is a flyby of one of those cards. And that is the virtual event. That happens to be Saturday, November 15th. Now the difference, oh, Tina, hi, welcome. The difference is that the in-person event is where you get to make everything, and you get to use you get to stamp your images. Now with the virtual event, you're going to be receiving a packet, 8 packets in the mail. One big package, and everything's going to be separated by a baggie, and we'll play 4 videos from Heidi and 4 videos from me, and then that way you will get to say, hey, slow down for a second, we'll pause it, let people get caught up, and then that way it leaves room for us being nervous watching. So basically it helps with the errors and having to go back in and cut more cardstock, which might take longer. So we play those videos. Hi, Barb. Welcome. So the virtual event, you have to actually supply your own stamps. Now, hopefully, you already own the bundles that, I don't know what Heidi's using, I forget. I'm using Traditions of Christmas, Branching Out, Painterly Pears, and Lights of Aurora. And with those, we concentrate on dies, designer series paper. So then that way, if you do not have the stamp set or the bundle, at least, Nancy, welcome. At least you might have a greeting that will probably coordinate with that. So that is that. Like I said, today we are going to do 2 cards from my stamp camp. And Tina just left a little bit ago, so she actually made all 5 cards. But let's see here. A couple things to talk about. First off, Stampin' Up! Has new exclusives coming out, and that's November 4th. I am actually not supposed to even show you what the front of the page looks like. That's because another demonstrator talked to the demonstrator support, and they said, no, you're not supposed to show anything yet. So those are going to be coming, but we can show product. So I haven't ordered anything yet, but places that you can order from would be the annual catalog, and you can order from the holiday mini catalog, and you can also order from the online exclusives. Now, the online exclusives recently just got updated. So October 1st, that means that there are more products that are not going to be restocked. So they were put on the last chance product list. So you're going to want to take a look at this because they have been marked down. And some of the things that have already had a discount, they might actually gone deeper with larger discounts. So check those out in the online store. The Advent calendar that Stampin' Up! Came out with the beginning of the month is not sold out yet. So I'm like really surprised. So this is a 12 days of crafting Advent calendar. Now it has nothing to do with Christmas. So there's not a Christmas bough or a pine tree in any of this, but there is like a 2-pager stamp set, and everything coordinates with that, and it's going to be all occasion. So check that out. It's in the online store, number 167335, and get that before it sells out. Now, another thing that Stampin' Up! Is doing is a Christmas, it's a craft class, and it is based upon the Traditions of Christmas suite. Now, you can go in the online store and punch in 170073, and that's the class. And then the day that it comes, they're gonna send you a link. So then that way it's a private invite, and because you've signed up for it. Now, if you happen to have the Traditions of Christmas Suite collection, that is 165877. I believe that it's not available as a suite yet. It's you could buy bits and pieces because the traditional sparkling sequins are sold out right now. So you would have to buy the bundles and still get the 10% savings. But this is a class. So Stampin' Up! Did the virtual scrapbooking workshop, and that was such a great experience that they're going to start doing this more often. So check that out. Then we have October, November, and December paper crafting. Now, if you actually have the subscription to Paper Pumpkin. This is an add-on, so you can purchase that in the online store. But if you don't have a subscription, you need to sign up. And that is going to go for October, November, and December. Now this one, you need to subscribe by October 11th to November 10th to get this craft Paper Pumpkin. So I suggest, seeing as how today is the 12th, that you log online and get this one because it's going to be so much fun to play with. The Standing Together stamp set. Now this one here is going to, Stampin' Up! Is going to donate $3 of every stamp set that's sold to breast cancer organizations. And I love it when they do that. It's called Love and Courage. You can get that in the online store. It's in the Holiday Mini Catalog if you would like to take a closer look at that. And last but not least, this is the best sign-up deal ever. Normally, you pay $99 and you get $125 worth of product, and you only pay $99 and you don't pay shipping. So if you were to go in my online store and spend $125 right now, you would spend money on shipping. So for $35, you get to pick out $125 worth of product and get free shipping. And you would not have to have any quarterly minimums for sales until the end of April. And so basically how this works is that you need to have $300 in a quarter. So January, February, March, and then April, May, June. And so you can get your girlfriends together, put an order together, and that would be your quarterly minimums. It doesn't have to be all you. Plus, you get a discount. Now, right now, $99, and you get to pick out $189 worth of stuff and get free shipping. So that actually, my idea would be this is the best because $189 for free shipping. And then once you get your demo ID number, you get to place any order and you get 20% off. So I mean, like, how cool is that? And you only have a few more weeks for this to come on. Now, this is the September online exclusive. So Stampin' Up! Comes with new stuff every other month. So September they came out with new products, and November they are coming out with new products. Now, if you were to sign up to be a demonstrator now, you get to pick out products from the new online exclusives that I am not about. This is the November release. So if you were to sign up, you can use the November release products and put them in your kit, your starter kit, and pay $180 or pick out $189 worth of stuff, and you only pay $99 for it plus free shipping. So that is wonderful. Okay, and if you have any questions on anything, you can always contact me at penguinz33@outlook.com and request, either a catalog or ask questions, and I will answer them. And there is no, what's the word? Words escape me. I'm tired. There aren't. If you decide to not go any further, they're not going to ask for their product away. So there's no negative issue with becoming a demonstrator. So that's just my thing. Okay, so we had a card today that featured Choose Happy, and it's a fall card, so you could probably think of what we're going to use. We used the pumpkin, and we wrote happy, and then we used the mini alphabet, and it said fall. And so Choose Happy and the mini alphabet, they are from the annual catalog. Then I used the Spotlight on Nature, and we used the one that was in here. And this is from the online exclusives, okay? And then we used the Autumn Toile Designer Series paper plus the Earthen Toned Metallic Specialty paper. Now these are in the Holiday Mini Catalog. And this is actually a card, gift card holder. Now, you could also put a picture in here. Ooh, I lost an L. Okay, so basically what I did is gave everybody things that were either die cut. For the most part, I did a lot of the die cutting, and the measurements, I do not give measurements out when I do a stamp camp because you need to come. We're going to take this piece here, and we're going to use the 1 3/4 circle punch. This is in the online store. And so we're just going to punch that out, and that'll be ready. Okay, so that is that. And I have stuff that we used, and we're going to do gray granite, and we're going to use the Stampin' Blends, and I used the Baker's Twine Essential Pack that went with this, and okay, so I'm going to grab my adhesive, and we're going to take this piece of the Designer Series paper, and I'm going to grab my silicone mat because I'm going to probably overshoot my adhesive because that always happens. And we're going to put that right here. Oops. I'm going to take my hat off. There we go. I'm going to take my hat off because it keeps on hitting the camera. Okay, then we're going to take these two pieces. Ooh. I'm going to try not to do, I'm going to try to do it at a very quickened pace, just because I'm doing 2 tonight, and I don't want to make you guys stay up past your bedtime. All right, and that's going to go on the front here. Okay, so I am going to take this piece and wrap that around, and I'm going to make a bow. Now, someone, I can't remember who it was, but if you tie your bow upside down, it turns out nicer. And I'm like, okay. And I used the vanilla ribbon, vanilla twine on it. And instead of using another finger, I am going to grab a mini glue dot and my Take Your Pick tool, and I am going to make a little tiny spot right there. And that is going to be where my knot is, because then it holds that in place. And I'm just going to squish that together, and then I'm going to make my bow. Well, that actually didn't work out. I'm just going to do it then the other way, normal way, and it'll turn out just nicely. because I never really have problems with bows, because I used to be a floral designer, and Lisa would sit there and she trained me on how to make bows. And it took a really long time to make them like her, because she was so good. Okay, so now we're going to take this paper, this Designer Series paper, and we're going to put that at the bottom, and I am going to leave a little bit of vanilla. I'm not gluing anything down yet because I want to stamp my pumpkin in Memento. And we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to clean that off in just a moment. And then we're going to do happy. And I'm just going to move this for a second over. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pearson mat, because I actually want this to be good. And then we're going to go in with gray granite. One thing about circles is that if you stamp crooked, you can turn it any way you like and make it straight. Okay, and we're going to close that up, or push that away, I mean. And then we're going to do the greeting on here. And we're going to do happy again. And we're going to put that in the center there. And then we're going to use Mossy Meadow. And now, this is the word O. O-H, okay? You can turn that upside down and you can go ho, ho, ho. Also, and that is from the Choose Happy stamp set. So you could say happy winter. Hello, winter. Hello, autumn. You could say happy Thanksgiving, happy anniversary, happy birthday, oh, happy day. Let's see, happy summer, happy Easter, happy spring. Let's see, heart, love. Heart, you can say hope, love, life, heart, you know, things like that. I had to get it for the penguin, so that is basically the only reason why I got this stamp set. But I am doing O, and I'm using Mossy Meadow just because at my stamp camp I had 5 different stations, and I tend to use around the fall a lot of the same colors. All right, and O, happy day. And then we're going to clean those off in just a little bit. And we're going to use the the Stampin' Blends. This is the light Mossy Meadow. And we're going to do the stem. There's no need for shading on that one. Then on the pumpkin, this is Cajun Craze because the colors coordinate. And this is light Cajun Craze and dark Timid Tiger. So these are not even the same light and dark, but that's okay. They don't need to be. And I am just going on the outside edges. And then I am going to color in with my Timid Tiger. Okay, and that is ready to go. Now this here is the color lifter. So if you wanted, if you wanted more shading, you could just kind of go like this and it would lift up some color. You can just draw it out like that. Or if you make a boo-boo and you go out of line, that helps. Let's see here. So we're going to take, let's see, I'm going to take this Designer Series paper and add that to the inside. Oops. Gosh darn it. There we go. And we're just going to snip a little bit off of there. And my scissors. And then that is going to go on the inside of my card here. Come on, let's go. I didn't put hand lotion on my hands this morning and they're very kind of rough. So, okay, so I'm just going to go like this and put that on the inside. I mean, isn't that cute? Okay, then we're going to take the tear and tape, and I'm going to find my end. Nope, that's not there. There it is. And this is at the bottom. And I am going to grab my Pampered Chef thingy. That's what I call it. It's a Pampered Chef thingy. And scraper. And then we're going to go very close to the edge and grab that and rip that off and just burnish that on there. Grab my People Poker, and that lifts off so nicely after you do that. There we go. And now we're going to take the card. I don't know where the other card, oh, the other card is in the card. But I'm actually going to put this here, okay? I'm going to lay this down so that when I put the adhesive down to the cardstock, it leaves ample room. I'll take that out now, and then I can burnish it from the other side if I wish. But that way, when you put this in, you're not going to rip it, okay? And that way it turns, they can get it out nicely. Okay, so I guess I can leave that in there for now. We're going to come back in and we're going to decorate this. And I'm going to do it on light. I don't have fingernails, so I'm trying to grow them and they just don't. They don't like me. I should say my job doesn't like me, actually. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to place that on the circle. I'm getting close to my red, so I have one ready to go. And now I'm going to cut my mini dimensionals. You know how when you get close to the end? All right, so here is one. That is right there. And let's see, this one is kind of chubby. There we go. That one. Let's see if that one can go down there. Get in there perfectly. There we go. I really like that mini alphabet die. I think that to do like somebody's name on a card, I think that would make them feel really special. If you scrapbook, I mean, that would be really cute. And doing a card like I am right now, obviously somebody's name is not going to be on here, but it's going to be, you know, it says Happy Fall. You can do Noel, Joy. You can make a joy card. You can even do Happy Birthday and do like a whole bunch of different designer series paper. If, you know, they all coordinate, that'd be kind of fun. Somebody's got a baby. You can do congrats. A lot of different things you can do with this alphabet set. And I'm tearing off the I think this one would be good. Halfway. There's an A. Oops, it stuck to me. There we go. Joy Ann. That's what my mother said when she was mad at me. And she said that a lot. So you put two small names together and make it one big name when they're mad. Okay, I think we got that ready to go. Okay, so we're going to move this one and take the backing off. So we're going to stick it back on there. Okay, so now we are going to unleash the backing. And this one. Then we're going to put it kind of kitty-wampus. Now we're going to do an L. It was a beautiful fall day today, like perfect. F-A-L-L, happy fall. Ooh. Let's see. And then put the A in. That one's sticky. There we go. And that one we'll put kind of down here. And then this one, there we go, perfect. And then we'll go kind of cattywampus. Is that how you say it? Cattywampus, kittywampus. Okay, so there we go for that. And then now we're going to do like real dimensionals. I mean, not real, big ones. Because, you know, these are small and we cut them little bite-sized pieces. So we're just going to put 1, 2, and 3. Lightly stab and grab those backings, stick them in the trash, and then they don't get stuck all over you. Okay, so the idea of this circle is to have a little bit hang over that way, and it is the card stopper. Okay, so Judy, hi. And then they just lift it, and there they go. Okay, so then now, guess what's going to happen? We have the Winkostella. Do, do, do. And we're going to do some acorns. And let's see here. How about the leaves that are not attached to anything? Okay. And so we got four acorns and a leaf. Okay, now we're going to do the pumpkin on the inside. So we're going to color. You forgot the Winkostella on your card? You better own some, or that better go on your list, Tina. Okay, so that is the first card. Whoops, I almost forgot the gems. These are the silver gems that are from the metallic. Where did they go? Let's see here. The adhesive-backed metallic gems. I took the silver and I colored them with dark pecan pie, and so it made it more of a brassy color, because this is kind of like a chocolate. It's not brass or copper. So, oops, I put that, oh, no, I did put that in the right spot. All right, and so then another one right down here, and then we're creating a triangle, and we're going right up there. So now we are done with the first card. What do you think? Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Barb. There you go. And happy fall. Okay. So I'm going to take this out because I don't want to lose it. I use them up and then I write void on the back so I know that I can use them in my card making designs, but then not send them to people by accident. That would be funny. They try to use something and it's like, oh, there's nothing on here. It's because I used it first. All right, so that's card number one. And so I am going to put everything back in the bin because I want to put it away today before I go. My living room now looks normal because it kind of freaks the cats out when I have a table with a whole bunch of stuff sitting on it. They're like, what's that? Why is that there? They're very trepidatious. Okay, and so we're going to clean the photopolymer. Alrighty then, so okay. And now we're going to do a Christmas card. And put those away later. And this was card number one today. So I need to put on here, let's see, Facebook Live. Facebook Live number 440. And today is 10-12-25. Card number one. So all right. And then this is the one that we did today. And this is the one that I had for my sample. So they don't look, the only difference is where the letters fell for the word fall. Okay, and then, all right, now number 2. Okay, so we're going to be using we're not going to use the wreath in this particular card. We're going to use the traditional labels and the Christmas greenery bundle out of the, and the traditional label dies. So these are going to be out of the Traditions of Christmas, and I have the traditional sparkling sequins that went with this. And let's see here. The Designer Series paper. That coordinates with it is this one. And this one here is the two-tone cardstock that coordinates with it. Now, Stampin' Up! Has packs of mixed 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock in the memory keeping sections. So if you're not really sure if you would like to invest in one full pack of the two-tone cardstock, you can buy the packages that are mixed. Now this one actually has white willow in there, and that's actually something that Stampin' Up! Got when they helped out when Close to My Heart closed down. So this is the sample of things that you can do with the two-tone cardstock. Obviously, you could see the original color is on the left and the lightened color is on the right. And over here, I did a little bit of the techniques, like this was sandpaper, and this was ripping because it has a white core, and I did the crinkling, so you could kind of see that kind of looks like a faux leather almost. Now, this Designer Series paper is a specialty paper because it has the foil on the A side. Now, the B side, it says nothing about Christmas. So this is a very useful Designer Series paper pack. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do a Christmas card. And here are all my pieces. And if you didn't make it into if you didn't make it in the beginning, I did flybys of the two cards that will be in the in-person and the virtual event, if you would like to go back and watch that. So we're going to use Secret Sea and Pool Party and Real Red and also Memento and Old Olive. So I did a lot of the die cutting for everybody, but there are a couple things that I did have to die cut. And also part of the suite is this gorgeous ribbon, and it's so easy to make bows with and other things like dots, knots, K-N-O-T-S, knots. Okay, so what we're going to do is, like this piece right here, I die cut that already for them. And then we're going to stamp on one of these. This one's the inside of the card, and this one's for the flowers. So we are using that one, And no, I don't want that one. I want that one. So I wanted the plaid, okay? But I ran out of the plaid, and I ran out of the one with Secret Sea. So for this one, we're going to use, I'm wondering, I mean, I guess I could use that. I mean, that'll look pretty. Yeah, let's do that. Because I want the plaid in there. I like the plaid. Okay, so I'm going to take this Designer Series paper and I am going to rip it towards me and I'm going to guide it so I have, it's not straight rippage. Okay, and then I want that to show. So I'm going to do this side. I'm going to rip it again towards me so I can kind of guide the rippage. And then this one, this I have to say is my favorite one. Absolutely love that paper. The poinsettia with the different colors in there. Okay, so then now this one, we're going to rip cardstock. Okay. I mean, like, see how fun it is? Oh, I want a little bit more. You can always rip more, okay? But if you decide that, see, I want a little bit of that right there. And then I'm going to do a little bit of that. And then I want a little bit of that. So I actually kind of want a little bit more color. So I am going to rip this off. There. Let's do that. Okay. So then I am going to use my silicone mat, because this is going to help me quite a bit. And I am going to put adhesive right, oh, I just ended. All right, so I'll take that out. Clear off the glue boogers. Put that in the trash. All right. Grab, I'm just going to cut this open. All right. Okay, and then place this. See, there's a hole here, and a hole there. If you line up the back two holes, it's going to automatically find your front hole, just like that. Ooh, and I just laid it in the adhesive. Okay, so then now we're just going to put that lid back on and close that, and we have adhesive. And now we're going to layer that just like that, and then we're going to put more adhesive up there. That looks, just love those colors. Okay, so then now I am going to try to put that on here, and we're going to put the adhesive right there. I'm going to try to put it on straight. And there we go. And then now I'm just going to go through that and trim it off. Oops. There we go. And in the trash you go. And then this one. Okay. There we go. I missed the trash. Okay, so that is the front. And then now we are going to, now this, there is really one side that is really sparkly. And then the other side's like, eh. So we're just going to take the part. And we're going to grab that mini glue dot again. And this is the biggest tip that I have for when you're doing ribbon, twine, and you're like, I want that second finger. This helps so much to not need that second finger. Okay, so then now we're going to tie the knot. Oops. I had the wrong side shiny, the wrong side showing up. All right, so come this way. There, now hit the knot, put my finger on it, okay, and then I'm going to put this, I'm going to kind of flip this around and have it come out. And as I'm going to tie my knot, I'm going to twist it so that the shiny part stays out, okay? Okay, and then we're going to trim that in just basically when we're done. But there we go. That is our knot. And then I'm going to take that, put that to the side. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to throw that away. And I want to grab my Stampin' Pearson mat. Okay, these two are not the same. So this one is going to be the inside of our card, and this one's going to be the flowers. So we're going to grab the Stampin' Pearson mat. Might as well go this way, because then I can have both of them on there. And this one's going to be the inside of the card, and this one's going to be the flowers. So I am going to grab the bouquet, this one, and I'm going to stamp that. I'm going to move this over here. Because I'm right-handed, I want to take my ink pad to the stamp, because this is a bigger stamp, and I'm just going to line that like that. Okay, and then we're going to color that in just a moment, and then wash that. And then we are going to do the Secret C in, where's there, okay, I was like, where's my Christmas? It was out of the bin. Okay, so we're going to do Christmas in Secret C. And take that and stamp that just like that. And then I'm going to take the bow. Now this is Secret C going into the black bow. There we go. And then I think we are done with the blue. Secret C. It's a really, 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 really dark blue. And that's an in color. And then we're going to do real red. And we're going to do the word Mary. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. Glad I did that. Upside down. Okay, so just tap, tap, tap. No squishing. Okay, so we're going to do the Christmas, or the Mary, right above the Christmas. Oh, crud, I did it in the wrong color. Flip it over. Doggone it. I did that in original Mary in the red. So just know that I forgot. Because I'm doing something different. All right, and I put a little bit of ink on there, so I'm just going to use my chamois to clean that up. Oh, darn it. Okay, so let's do that again. Just going to move the red out of my way, and I'm not going to do that again, I promise. So Christmas and Secret C, and then my little spot. That is going to be Mary, because old olive ink pad is in a different bin. All right, so then that is going to go right there. And you're going to see the reason why in just a second. Okay, so I think we're going to clean just a few things off right now, because some of the colors just tint the photopolymer, and I want to make sure that I leave it on the least amount of possible time. Squeak, squeak. Means it's clean, right? Okay. Then we're going to move that Secret C out of the way. Now I think we're done with that one. And then the Real Red's coming back in. I love the fact that Stampin' Up! Made it that you can color these flowers in either with blends or with a stamping image. Okay, I mean, look at how beautiful that is. Then, this is the reason why. I mean, look at that flower sitting right next to it. Beautiful. Okay. Yes, I agree with you, Barb. Secret C just makes all the colors pop. Okay, oops, I forgot something. And I'm coloring my fingernails. Okay, so then this one's going to get washed. That one's going to stay red anyways because it's a red flower. Now this, we are going to do the inside and just tap, tap, tap in our leaf, or actually it's our bough, and stamp off, and then we're going to do some berries down in the corner. So the inside of our card is actually done, okay? Technically it's not totally and completely done, but it's done enough. And then this one, we're going to close the red back up, so we're done with that one. And we're going to do the pine boughs. We're going to stamp off. And we're going to hit the bough, okay? We're going to stamp off, hit the pine bough. Stamp off, and hit the pine bough right there, okay? Then we're going to put those over there, and we're going to get this leaf. Now this leaf is going to go full strength, okay? Oops. I really messed up on that one, but nobody's going to even notice. Sometimes it's kind of hard to watch your what you're doing through a camera lens. Okay. And then we're just going to actually move that over and see if we can do a little bit of the green on that. Okay. So then we're going to clean that off, close up the Old Olive, because we're done with that one. And you're like, Joy, where's the pool party coming in? Right here. We're going to take this, get some color on your brush, and you're just going to swirl on some color. You can always add color, you just can't take it off. Okay? All right, I think that looks good, because you can see it's just a faint difference, okay, with that little bit of blue there. All right, so now we're done with that. We're going to take the Designer Series paper has a page of bouquet flowers that you can take this and cut it up. I love it when Stampin' Up! Does double duty. So you can stamp an image, color it, so that when your Designer Series paper is all done, you still have the stamps, you still have your blends, you can still die cut the image out after you get done with it. So that is great. All right, so we're going to grab the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I think I'm just going to do the little one, because the little one is big enough. All right, so we're going to stagger the plates. So number 1, number 2, and then we're going to put this on. Now, there's a hole right there. So when your hole meets that stem right there, you know you have it in the right spot. So I am going to move that until I see the stem. There we go. Right there. Okay. And then I'm going to grab a Post-it note. I left that over on my die cutting station. And I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so then now, so this one, so I am going to line this one, this is the top one, I'm going to line that with this one right here, the bottom one. So then that way, it will enter, because at first a lot of people were having a hard time with their Stampin' Cut Mini Boss. Cutting properly. So I saw Sarah Douglas, who she always does her Tuesday lives. She suggested that you stagger the plates, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and that one just got stuck. All right, and there we go. How pretty is that? Okay, so we're gonna put this back. Okay, so this is the card on the inside. We're going to grab that silicone craft sheet again, and we're going to add adhesive to this side. And that's going to go on here. Just line that all up. Now, isn't it pretty that when you look on the back side of the card, you see all those colors? I mean, that just kind of makes me happy. Okay, then we're going to take
this piece right here. Now, when you die cut this, be very careful. There is this, you can slide your ribbon through here. Isn't that cool? Stampin' Up, it's done already for you. So just be very careful when you take them out. And this one is going to get attached. It's going to go flat on the card and over the ribbon, just a tad bit. Okay, we'll line that. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back side of this. And grab my take your pick tool. We're going to put one kind of down at the bottom there. One over here. And one at the top. And then all you have to do is just kind of stab and grab those dimensions. You know what? I want to put another one over here just in case. For shits and giggles. There we go. And now you can see why I wanted to add a little bit of that blue. Number one, depends on the designer series paper you have. This light blue back here kind of hits that color there. So it brings that together. So then also we're going to give this a trim. Okay. And then we're going to stamp it just for you. I forgot. Secrecy. I need to do secrecy. Okay. We're going to do just for you. In secrecy. And then we're going to do the gems, or sorry, not the gems. These are the traditional sparkling sequins. And other people have been saying this wrong. They've been calling them gems. And I'm like, I hate to say this, but they're sequins. I don't correct them. Because if I were to hear that these were sequins and they came in as, or gems, and these were sequins, you don't know if you would have somebody kind of upset for saying the wrong thing when they're placing their order and what they get. Because sequins and gems are totally two different things. So I would really hate for somebody to be disgruntled for not calling it the right thing. All right, so there's one gold one. That's the large one. And the mini or the medium one is going to go up there in the corner. Actually, I wanted it a little bit more down. There we go. Down there. All right. And then the little guy, that one is going to go. Come on, let go. There we go. Now, all we have to do is add the Wink of Stella. Somebody in my stamp camp today asked me if I ever did a card that did not have Wink of Stella in it, and I said, nope. I think I do Wink of Stella in everything. Okay, so let's see here. Wink of Stella. And we're going to do the flowers. And don't forget, when you transfer to a different color, you need to swipe off And then I'm going to go here. And then we'll hit the berries down at the bottom. And we're going to bring back the Stampin' Pearson mat in again because this has paper on it. We can swirl that off. And then we'll kind of go and hit the green. And then we'll do the pine boughs. And then we'll do the dark. Isn't that pretty? And don't you think we should do the bow too? You know, why not? Let's do the bow. Because that Secret Sea is a beautiful color. All right, so that's my card number 2. So you're going to have to come back on Thursday to see what the other 3 cards were like. And for those of you who attended my stamp camp, I thank you for coming. All right, so that is card number 2. So we will put that Facebook Live number 440, 10-12-25, card 2. And we will put that on the original card. So that's what the only difference is the different color of cardstock, or designer series paper, I should say, between those two. And let's see, let's move this one, and we'll put this one. So out of these 2, which one was your favorite? Card number 1 or card number 2? Let me know in the comments. And then I will have 3 more cards for you on Thursday. And seeing as how I don't have to prep for them, hopefully we can start at like 6 o'clock possibly, or even at 5. Oh yeah, 6 o'clock would be a good time to start, but we'll see. I'll be able to take all my stuff and put it away out of their kits. That's the best part, is because some of this stuff is going to be for the events coming up at the end of the month, which technically we have an event November 1st, so that's the day after Halloween, and then we have the event on the 15th, which is our virtual event. Now, do you guys want to see, oh, number 1. Okay, thank you, Barb. Do you guys want to see a flyby again of the 2 cards that I showed earlier today? Do you want to see them again? All right, so this one is at our, you like number 1 best, but you like number 2 as well. Thank you, Judy. Okay, so this is a card that you will be doing at the in-person event. That is a fun fold. And then now this is a card that was using the Lights of Aurora. Now this is also using the Lights of Aurora, and this is the virtual the virtual event. So I designed 2 separate different cards. 2 separate different cards, yeah. It's been a long weekend. So I invite you to register for the in-person event or the virtual event if you are if you're in town. Come to the event November 1st, and if you want to do the virtual event November 15th, then you get to register at this one. So you guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Sunday evening. I will definitely be back on Thursday. And I hope you guys have a great week and happy stamping.